Welcome back to Dockside Live, our matchday show live here from Hill Dickinson Stadium. Now, after yet another great win on the road, we'll be hoping for more of the same tonight here at home against Leeds United. Joining me today are two players who know each other well and one who knows both Everton and Leeds well. It is Jermaine Beckford and Tony Hibbert. Welcome to both of you. Jermaine, is this your first time here at the stadium? Been a few times? What are your thoughts?
It's my second time. The first time I came for the cup game against Sunderland, which it's not something I really want to shout about. It was a bad performance. But look, the stadium itself is stunning, and it's bizarre because all of the stewards and the people behind the scenes are still the same as Goodison. So it's home from home for me. Do
you think that's helped in moving to a new stadium when you've got a lot of the same people? It feels like the same sort of community, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I definitely think it helps because when you see familiar faces, you've got same conversations going on, and you're all experiencing something new for the first time together. So it's not strange, it's not odd, it's unique and it's fun and it's enjoyable. It's entertaining as well. Watching people trying to find their seats and then going to the wrong section, that sort of thing. So no, it's brilliant. I've like I mentioned, I've been here once before, second time here, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm seeing new things all over again for the first time, and it's fantastic.
It's a big difference from Goodison.
Huge difference. Yeah. Huge difference. That was pure classic, wasn't it? It was a throwback to the old school. It was everything that the club stood for. But at the same time, progression was needed.
You have to move,
And to be fair, when you're looking around, and we've got a pretty decent view here as well.
It's not bad, is it?
I don't mind doing this every week.
Well, I was going to say, talking of familiar faces, one right here.
I know.
And Tony, for you, what are you hoping for today? What are your thoughts? We'll get Jermaine's shortly about Leeds as well, but for you, what are you hoping for?
I would like to see the home. Obviously, we're at home again. I say it every time we're here, we need to pick up the 3 points. We need to show teams now this is like a Goodison the way it used to be. People are coming here and more or less they're having a feel that they like and playing here. We need to make it as what Goodison was. People didn't like going to Goodison. They will admit it, they'll say that. So I think obviously picking the points up, being at home is massive for us. We need to win. We need to win our own games. That's the bread and butter really for us.
Before we get into Leeds and more analysis, let's start with the team news, because there is some team news. It's not just the same as before. So we've got Pickford, of course, in goal, Patterson starting at right back again, Tarkowski and O'Brien at centre back, Mikolenko at left back, Idrissa comes right back into the team in centre mid alongside James Garner, Iliman Ndiaye also comes back, as well as McNeil, Armstrong and then Barry. From what I can gather, it seems like Iliman might be playing on the left, McNeil on the right, but I guess we'll see once we start. But first, thoughts on that team. Jermaine, what about you?
I think it's a very strong team, and there's a couple of players that have just come back from injuries and international duty who are going to make a massive difference. They're players that are creative players that are influential players. They make things happen. And when you've got players like Ndiaye playing and Keenan playing, it makes the opposition worried and concerned because we all know how creative they can be. We know they can create something out of nothing. Obviously, I think the biggest loss is Jack. He's one of the players that I really enjoy watching for multiple reasons. He gives you an outlet. He's creative, as I mentioned before, but also he buys a lot of free kicks. He wins a lot of free kicks. And that eases the pressure on the fullbacks playing behind him, or gives the team an opportunity, if they're under pressure, to relieve some of that pressure. So, hopefully he has a relatively quick recovery. Obviously, it's what is he, a couple of months out, a few months out.
Possibly.
But when you look at the strength of the 11 plus the strength of the bench as well, I know you've not mentioned that, and we are going to talk about that. I would argue it's probably the strongest bench we've seen at the Hill Dickinson in a long time. So that's really exciting things for the fans to look forward to. Sorry.
Well, speaking as well of Jack Grealish, it feels like such a shame it comes at this moment when we're getting so many players back, and especially when you look at the bench now, as Jermaine just mentioned there, it's great to see that looking quite stacked now, isn't it, Tony?
The bench is. I was surprised, to be honest. I think it's come from nowhere. I know we were getting the players back, but obviously to see Alcaraz as well, which has come from nowhere. So the bench does look good for us. It's a strong, as Bex said, it's just like it's a strong side now, so everyone's going to be fighting for the place, and obviously it'll push the lads on even more, even the lads who come back from Africa. Obviously they need to show, because obviously the lads what have been doing in the positions what they've looked after have been quite good, to be honest. So it'll be good to see. I think the one thing is the strong bench. I think that is massive for us to show that we've got a squad now in a way of the lads coming back to fit. It will push each other on.
Well, as these two have mentioned, David Moyes has struggled for options recently, but today that is not the case. And here's what he had to say about his starting 11.
Well, David, the good news for Everton is that Garner, Gay and Iliman Ndiaye straight back from AFCON and straight back into the squad. How pleased are you to have them back?
Really pleased to get them back. We missed them over the period in January. Obviously, we lost Jack Grealish, so it's quite simple, to bring Ellie back into the side. No, we had Merlin Rowe, who played really well against Aston Villa, and unlucky for him that he doesn't start tonight.
You mentioned it there, still some key players missing, but a much healthier squad tonight with the fact that Jared Branthwaite back on the bench, Kane and Dewsbury Hall as well, and Carlos Alcaraz too. So how keen are they to get some minutes?
Well, we'll need to see how they go. None of them have played any minutes, I have to say. Jared's been out for the best part of 8 months, so we're probably having to be a little bit more cautious with him. Kiernan's just been out. He's been playing great for us all season, and Charlie's done well. So if we can get them back in amongst it, we will do. But no guarantees that I can give them any minutes. They'll have to find out how it goes and how the game goes for us.
In regards to the game then tonight, what are you expecting from this Leeds performance?
Well, I think Leeds have started the season well enough. I know they've had moments where they're still at the bottom end, but I think when you consider where a lot of the newly promoted teams have been in recent years, I think Leeds are having a good go. I think they've played well. I've watched them in quite a few games recently, and they're in a good run, so it'll be a difficult game for us.
David, all the best tonight.
Thank you
very
Cheers.
much. See you after. Cheers.
As David mentioned, there are a lot of players back. Two we have to mention, of course, Ndiaye and Garner. Not only are they back, and that's a boost, but also coming back as champions. I mean, that's pretty special for them, isn't it?
Oh, incredible. What an achievement as well. Look, the confidence they're going to bring back after winning the AFCON is humongous, absolutely humongous. They must be on cloud 9. And there's a massive carrot being dangled at the moment as well. Win this game, 1 point behind them lot over the road, and in 7th position. Yeah. With these guys coming back as well, fully fit, fully up to speed, and a couple of the other boys, as we mentioned, on the bench, really strong bench. That's an exciting end. 3 months or so, yeah. 2 or 3 months to the season. I mean, wow, what a position they're in.
You say that, and I want to be positive, but I will also say that it feels like every team is saying similar.
Full, what are you doing?
It feels like every team is sort of saying similar things, because this season is just such a weird one. We spoke about it a few times, in that it feels like every few weeks you're saying if we just win one, we could get 5th, 6th. But what the reason that's happening is because so many teams that we're playing, they're all beating each other, aren't they, Tony?
It is. It's been a funny season. It is. We've been said a number of times. It's the points and the way people it is, and the teams. This season's just been crazy. You'd think it'll start pulling away, but no one has yet. It's still in a way all compact, and it is in a way it is. It's just strange, but it needs to be. It will settle down. I know it will. Like teams will start pulling away soon. They've got to from the top. The bottom will probably. I think they'll probably stay as it is. I think they will struggle, but the top end will start pulling away when they. Obviously, all the people are back from AFCON, which they are, so I think it'll sort itself out now.
One thing that's contributed to that as well, like you mentioned, is that the teams who have been promoted haven't necessarily just, lied down, which, as we're seeing with Leeds, as we're seeing with Sunderland. A little bit about Leeds, because I'm sure you can tell us a lot more.
Yeah.
But what do you think has given them that boost this season to not fall to the kind of usual trap that a lot of promoted teams have done?
Daniel Farker. I think the manager was under immense pressure in the build-up to coming up into December, I think it was, and they were playing against Manchester City with a back four, one up top, 4-5-1 I think they were playing. They got battered in the first half, and Daniel Farker switched the formation and played 3 at the back, 5 in the midfield, and put 2 boys up top. When he did that, Leeds, they started playing a different type of football, and it's from that game until where we are now that has completely changed Leeds United's season. Daniel Farker's job was on the line because of the changes he made. He's being talked about as a really, really good manager. And he the way he organises his team is really something to look at and admire, I guess. They've only lost, I think they've lost one game
in the last 9,
in the last 9 games.
Yeah.
And, you know, for a team that's down the bottom of the league, the bottom of the table, that in itself speaks absolute volumes. Not just because of what Daniel Farke's done, but because of the reaction of the players as well. And, you know, Dominic is he's the focal point. He's on an unbelievable goal-scoring streak at the moment as well. And, you know, it's his first time playing here as an opposition player. So there's going to be a little bit of a bee in his bonnet, a fire in his belly. And he's, you know, he's coming here in good form. You know, so he's trusted. The players trust him. The manager trusts him. He's fit, which is something that over the last couple of years he's not been able to get to this level of fitness. So, you know, he's believing in himself, in his body, and like I mentioned about trust earlier, the players trust him. So they'll give him the ball when they're under pressure. You know what it's like as a fullback. If you're being closed down multiple times a game, you just need an outlet. Yeah. Sometimes it's just an easy clip down the channel. Other times it's really putting it in the channel or into the striker's feet. He's holding the ball up. He's doing really well. You know, and I think the last time he was playing like this was under Ancelotti, and we had a brief chat about that behind off camera. And you know, he seems like he's happy. He seems like he's in a good place mentally.
I mean, what should Everton's defenders watch out for today when it comes to him? Obviously, a lot of them will know him very well.
Well, most of his goals, like we said before, they were coming mostly when he was playing for Ancelotti here. Yeah. In a way, do you know what I mean? It was mostly into the penalty area, really, one from the penalty spot.
And he wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, so
it was the
they're getting it into the box, they're getting it close. So I think we need to really concentrate on stopping the ball getting into the wide box, really, and just take it from there. I do think, in a way, they are a threat. I think that they're getting in the stride. I think the confidence in Leeds, I think, is there.
Grown.
Yeah, so I do think it will be a tough game for us, but I'm going to say, we're our own. We've got to win. We've got to put the pressure back on them. We've got to start. Well, I say this every time we're here. We've got to start quick. Yeah. We've got to put them on the back foot and push them the other way. So we'll see.
See, that's vital as well, because if Everton start the game on the front foot, really aggressive, running channels, putting the balls in, and just listen, have a shot from 20 yards. Get the crowd up. Yeah. Once the crowd's on your behind you, honestly, we've seen what it's like at Goodison. We've seen what it can be like here. Do that for the first 10, 15 minutes and then settle yourself down into the game. From that point, anything could happen. Leeds' record on the road is poor. So, you know, there's a great opportunity for Everton to exploit that.
Well, we talk about one informed striker, but if we go to the other side, and our striker at the moment, Thierry Barry, 4 goals in his last few games. He's starting to really find his strides, do you think?
I think he's, we've constantly talked about him. I think we were right and we were saying he probably needs games, a consistent run of games, just to get his feet, just to get the understanding of the Premier League is, and obviously his teammates really how they want to play. I think, obviously, against Villa, I thought he was really good for us. I think he was outstanding. He won a lot of duels. He ran his socks off. And that's massive for us because we do need someone up there who will work. And it's hard. He's up there on his own, really. It has been hard. So I think in a way of him being in the run of form he is, his confidence is going to be sky high. So that helps massively for us.
Jermaine, you know what it's like to be an Everton striker. What does it take to be an Everton striker? What qualities does this crowd look for?
Hard work, first and foremost. That's the most important element of being a striker. Number 2 is goals. Or if you can't get the goals, you have to be a threat. You know, and you know,
a few of your goals just here.
A couple of my goals. That's not a bad finish, is it? Wowza.
Remembering some of these.
Listen, I'm reminiscing now, the good old days, huh? Look at that piece of cake. All you have to do. So it's easy for me to say because scoring goals was something that I really, really enjoyed doing. I love the adulation, I love the emotion, the feeling that you got from putting the defender on his bum and being able to put the ball in the back of the net, chipping it over the goalkeeper. This is actually my favourite finish for Everton.
That's a great finish. First
time finish on the volley, weaker foot, alleged, weaker foot. But you have to find yourself in the right areas, the most aggressive areas, the most dangerous areas, the areas that defenders hate going into, you know. Like Tony will tell you, you don't want to be facing your own goal running towards your own goal with a quick striker chasing you or in front of you or beside you. That's the last thing you want.
So, the last thing, yeah. The strikers running behind you it's
a nightmare.
Horrible, yeah.
So that's what Barry needs to do. He needs to make sure that he has to be strong, graft, make sure you're making those channel runs, offering yourself up. But when you're finishing, when the ball goes out wide, get yourself in the 6-yard box, somewhere between the 6-yard and the penalty spot. I know we're talking about the Toffee strikers at the moment, but Dominic, his goals, the majority of his goals have come in a straight line from the penalty spot to the 6-yard line, and it's a straight line. That's what Barry needs to do. He needs to find himself in those dangerous areas, the aggressive areas, and just don't think about what you're doing. Let the ball come, just react. Clean contact, that's it.
You speak about...
Piece of cake.
Yeah, easily, right? We can all do it. You speak about hard work and what the Everton fans want, but you've both played under David Moyes as well. How much does he demand of that from his players?
The bare minimum.
What? It's the bare minimum. Bare minimum. If you're not grafting, you're not playing. Full stop. You know, and that's what you sign up for. You know, every player that signs for David Moyes' side knows the first thing I have to do is work my socks off. That's it. You know, everything else after that comes down to technical ability, comes down to understanding understanding the message that he's given you. But you've got to graft. Yeah. You've got to graft.
I think even when we look back early on in the season, and obviously he had the choice, Barry or Beto, I think he went with Barry because he was probably working a little bit more harder. And I think that just shows in a way of, well, he will go with the person who's working the hardest, and we'll see how it goes then. And I think that's what's helped Barry. I really do think in a way of, he's had a run of games and he's obviously on a run of goals scoring now. So I think that's in the early days when we were swapping and changing that. I think his work rate has helped him massively.
Well, one player who knows all about work rate is James Garner, and we can hear from him now.
Well, first of all, congratulations, brand new contract. How do you feel? And of course, you seem to be playing your best football at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy. It was a long time coming, so for me to finally get it sorted and for me to just focus ultimately on games now, yeah, I'm really happy.
In terms of the challenge ahead then, Leeds. Well, first of all, congratulations, brand new contract. How do you feel? And of course, you seem to be playing your best football at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy. It was a long time coming, so for me to finally get it sorted and for me to just focus ultimately on games now, yeah, I'm really happy.
In terms of the challenge ahead then, Leeds coming here, they do score a lot of goals from set pieces, 40%, which is the highest proportion in the Premier League. How aware do you need to be of that threat today, and what kind of challenge are you expecting?
Yeah, no, we know the threats that they have. They're very good in both boxes, so yeah, and they've got some real threats. Of course, we know Dom, he's on a really good run of form at the moment, so that's something that we need to stop.
I'm going to try and do the maths, but 3 points today would put you up to 7th. It does mean that'd be 3 points away from the top 4, though. So what would being in such a positive position do for the team?
Yeah.
Tierno Barry's goal proved the difference in Everton's win at High Flyers Aston Villa last weekend. Now David Moyes' men take on Leeds, who also ran out 1-0 winners against Fulham, thanks to Lucas Mecha. It's now just one league defeat in 9 for Daniel Farke's side, and it was that
deserves that new contract, doesn't he? We've talked
Massively.
a lot about him and just what a player he's been for us, how instrumental he's been, just how good has he been and how much does he deserve that contract?
Deserves it, he does. He's been probably one of our key players. I think even when the lads went to AFCON, I think it just showed how much we're missing him, but yeah, how much of a good player he is, because he was the one who stood out miles above everyone else. I've been singing his praises for a long while. I think what he gives the team, what he gives is the energy-wise, he breaks a lot of obviously balls up for us. Whatever position he plays, he will cover and do away for us. He's a player that you want in the squad and playing in your 11. I think he deserves his contract massively. I think he's been one of our top players.
Yeah. He's one of those players that goes under the radar for the right reasons. You know, he's not really interested in being the star player. But like you mentioned there, without him playing in the teams, Everton get run over. You know, that's what happens. And everything he's done since he joined from Manchester United, didn't he?
Yeah, he supported from Man United.
Yeah. Everything he's done since then, he's learnt, he's understood, he's grown, and you could see the type of player he's growing into, and he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better the more he plays here, the more he understands the club, the players around him, the gaffer, the better he's going to get. And to sign him up until I think it's 2030, was that another couple of years on his current contract, well, on his last contract, I think it's a genius move. It's a massive win.
It was a no-brainer, to be honest. We needed to sign him up, definitely.
It's a great statement of intent from the club as well, that we're keeping not only those players that we definitely need, but then we've also got the likes of Harrison Armstrong coming through. David Moyes has given him another start today, which he could have taken him off, given we've got Roll as well, when, like we said, more on the bench. How much of a statement of intent is that, and a statement of trust is that in Harrison Armstrong from David Moyes?
He's earned it. I think what we've seen, I think he earns it, and the way David Moyes is, if you show him that, he will stick with you. So I think it's good for him to have a young lad, and to be honest, he has played well. So it's not in a way of taking him out and to see what he's like because he's young. No, give him a chance. He's playing well, so he deserves a chance to play in there. And I think what we're doing in a way of playing him now, I think it's really good. I don't think, to be honest, I know the lads have come back, but I don't think, me personally, I'd rather have me. I don't want him to go back to Preston. That's me being a blue. So it's just one way. It gives us another option. It gives us another powerful midfielder, to be honest, with the options around there.
Jermaine, we won't say whether you're a blue or not today, but we'll keep that hidden. But they did mention there about Leeds' goals, 40% coming from set pieces. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, absolutely. Mainly because Leeds haven't been known really as a set piece side. So, you know, when you look at the recruitment they made over the summer, a lot of the players they brought in were 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2". So it does make sense, but you know, Leeds are up against an Everton side that are full of big guys as well. So in terms of the set pieces, that's going to be very interesting to see how both sides cope on the attacking side and on the defensive side.
Well, one big guy in particular, Jake O'Brien, who's back into centre-back. And when he's been playing at centre-back, I mean, he shows why he is a centre-back, hasn't he? Yeah,
that's his natural position. He's done really, really well for us playing right back. He's magnificent, but his preferred position is centre half. He looks a lot more comfortable there. He does offer us a lot in height-wise. But yeah, it'll be a tough game for them. I think they need to be strong this evening tonight. I do really think it'll be, obviously, they know Dominic, but yeah, it will be a battle. And they've got to, like we said before, they've got to dominate it, they've got to bully him, we've got to get up the field. We can't have them sitting back to put balls in. We've got to be strong there, but I think, yeah, it'll be no problem with the two at the back we've got.
And Tony, a word on Patterson as well, because it was difficult for him. He hadn't played many minutes, comes in, and he's done really well since he's come in, hasn't he?
He has. He's another one, but I just thought he'd need the games and minutes under him. He's had a good few injuries, so obviously you can't complain when you've got injuries. It's one of them. It does need time to get back in. So he's took his chance. He deserves it. He does need to be in the team because he is our right back, and I think it offers a lot of balance to the back four, having a proper right back there than obviously putting Jake O'Brien there. So I think, yeah, he deserves it a lot. I've got no question of the back four. It's just, well, the strongest back four we've got, to be honest. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
One player we touched on in terms of coming back from AFCON, but we haven't really talked about in terms of what he can actually bring to the side, and that's Iliman Ndiaye. As a fellow forward, what do you make of him?
Oh, mate, I love the geezer. I think he's amazing. He gets you out of a pickle with relative ease. You know, the way his low centre of gravity, his close ball control, his awareness of where the defender is, and his timing when the defender's jockeying to just change direction and catch him slightly off guard. I think the guy's a genius with the ball at his feet. Absolute genius. I'm a huge admirer of his. I don't know if you could tell by what I'm saying. I'm a huge admirer.
I think we all are. What are you hoping to see from him today, Tony?
I think his confidence again. I think what we've seen over the last season in a way of what he's capable of. We all know what he's capable of. We just need what he's been doing in the AFCON to bring it back here again. I think obviously he'll show us. If he's a good player, he is, which we all know. You don't just turn bad overnight. Yeah. So he will be a player for us. He's massively important for us to have on the side. We can give him the ball anywhere. He'll always show for the ball, and he's probably out there now. He's probably our dangerous person really to give him. So I think in a way we've got to find him, but I've got no problem with him in a way. he'll be fine. He'll be raring to go, to be honest.
Okay, well, we can hear the sirens. We're getting ready to head out and also getting ready to head over to our commentary team soon. But before we do, we will head pitch side first, because here at Hill Dickinson Stadium, we will shortly pause to remember Tommy Wright, one of the finest fullbacks ever to wear royal blue, who sadly passed away last week at the age of 81. Tommy was an FA Cup winner in 1966, league champion in 1970, and regular England international. He made 374 appearances for Everton, his only club. So once we get started, the stadium will shortly remember Tommy with a period of applause. Heading over to them now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now pause to remember Tommy Wright, one of the finest fullbacks ever to wear the royal blue shirt, who sadly passed away last week at the age of 80.